All right, guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to install a hitch on a 2021 CX9. Let's get under the car and we'll take a look. So the trickiest part of getting this hitch started on the bumper, is going to be fishing the bolts through the support holes on the frame, the mounting holes on the frame. And you got to basically take a fishing wire through here and come out the other one that's over here with a bolt and basically like a backer plate. So I'll show you guys how to do that. All right, the way I like to fish these bolts through is I like to start, there's this wire that they ship with the hitch, and I like to start with the spring end because it's easier to grab once you get it through to the other hole. So I'll start in this hole that's towards the front of the car, that's the engine side, and then it's gonna come up back here. Okay, and then you should eventually be able to grab it, see? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna screw the bolt into that part. Now what you wanna do is you wanna put your little retainer plate over that first, and then you're gonna get the light better here, screw that bolt on, just a few threads on that spring. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of wiggle the plate. I like to wiggle the plate, the plate and the bolt kind of together. It's a little tricky. I might actually start with the plate first, and then put the bolt in the plate kind of as it's halfway through, and wiggle it all the way through. The whole assembly should be able to fit through that hole. It's just big enough for it. Okay, and then you're gonna kind of wiggle it and angle it this way. Now, the idea is to pull it to that hole, and so that bolt comes through it. And then bam, that's it. Now your bolt's there. When you lift the hitch up, all you're gonna do is screw the nuts on and torque them down. All you gotta do is take this spring off and just unscrew right from the bolt, okay? And then you're just gonna repeat that for the other 4 holes, the one here, and then on the other piece of framing on the other side of the car. All right, I wanted to show you guys threading the other hole, because when the other one's filled up, as you can see right there, you can't fish through that way to get the other one in here. So you gotta kind of finagle it a little bit. You gotta have to wiggle this thing in there a little bit. It's not as easy as I thought it would be when I told you guys to repeat the other step for that one. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of get it all the way, get the square part of that bolt in the plate, and then trick is to kind of wiggle it up. And then what I do is I push the bolt back up through the plate, then slide the plate in. Okay, then get that plate back, and that's the point of having this spring to pull that back through. It makes it a whole lot easier. All right, and then I'll show you guys when we install the hitch. Okay, they got 4 of these exhaust hangers they want you to remove so you can drop your exhaust down to install the hitch. And this part was pretty difficult to me, so I wanted to make sure I showed you guys how to do this. It helps if you get some like WD-40 on this one, because you're going to take this bottom part off of here. That way the whole exhaust system, or this exhaust, can drop down. Okay, so what I do is I get a real small flathead in between that hanging rod and this exhaust mount. Okay, and then what I like to do is just get a little shot of WD-40 in there. That's going to help. All right, you don't need much, just a little bit. Okay, and that's going to help slide that sucker off. And you're gonna pull that thing out, pull that small flathead out. And then once you get a big flathead in here, what you're gonna do is, because that's just that hole, you can just come right the other side. You're gonna twist this bad boy, like so, and it's gonna come off that bottom piece. This is the last one, so this one's gonna drop. I'm just gonna hold it up because it's not that heavy. It's gonna twist right off, it should. Just kind of come down and twist it off, and then hold that exhaust up. and helps if you can leverage against the top, like that top mount a little bit. It's not easy. It's very hard to get off. It was very hard to get up, and that's it. There you go. That's how you drop the exhaust. I'll move to the next part. All right, this is probably the trickiest part if you're doing it by yourself, because you're holding the whole hitch up. And then you're trying to at least get one of those. Trying to get one of those nuts started. So it's definitely helpful if you got two people to do it. I'm literally just holding one side up, and I'm gonna start that bad boy. If I can. Okay, I want you to hold this hitch up. I'm just gonna hold this up here. All right, it's on there, that's fine. Now let's get the other side. All right, guys, that's how you do it with two people. All right, guys, next step is you're gonna torque those hitch mounting bolts to 110 foot-pounds. I think I've got it right at about 100, so we'll just make a little quick adjustment here, clockwise. And there you go, set at 110 foot-pounds. All right, last step. Get them all torqued down 110 foot-pounds. I get them all tight and not torqued down, and then I come around and torque them all down. And once you know it's torqued down, it'll click. There you go. That one's torqued 110 pounds. All right, guys, that's it. Hitch is installed and torqued down. You guys go to see my other video. I'll show you how to wire it up for trailer lights.